Welcome, everyone. It's so great to see so many of you with us tonight. A record number of turnouts for us, and congratulations. I want to first of all congratulate you for stepping up and being a part of something that is going to blow your mind, show you the opportunity we have in front of you. So let's start out by welcoming you to the Power of Purpose. Our mission is to launch and empower at least 10,000 nonprofits. What we're going to share with you tonight is how then we can bring that revenue in so you can make the impact, bring new solutions to old problems. With what's going on in the country and the administration budget and the cuts, what a huge opportunity for us as entrepreneurs, you as business leaders, leading nonprofits, bringing common sense business solutions back to our country. So Derek, I'm always on fire and excited with the blessing I was given to have that second chance in life, knowing what it's like to have everything taken away for us, laying in a coma, and that gift to spend 30 some years in a world where we built powerful, profitable, successful nonprofit corporations and made an impact in this country that led to the Americans with Disabilities Act. So tonight is night like none other. Those of you that joined us for part one, when we brought this forward, wait till you hear what's happened in the last 2 weeks through the Power of Purpose community and our family and our company. And so with that, Derek, there's a really cool quote I want to start with, because today, you guys, I was so blessed to get to sit face to face with our mentoring student that has a global initiative on human trafficking, on bringing communities together, amazing group of people. And then I heard from Steve and Nicole with Institute for Dignity and Grace, and they got tax exempt today. And then I talked to a brand new mentoring student, Steve, whose purpose is so deep. He's going to be joining our mastermind, Derek. And he lost his daughter 2 years ago. She was a sheriff in Texas. She was in it, so living her passion, and she was hit by a drunk driver. So his purpose is so deep now to help others in really saving their children. So today has been so filled with the mentoring students and what they're out in the world doing. So this is for all of you guys. And if you don't have a nonprofit yet, we're going to get your nonprofit set up. Remember, we teach how to set up profitable nonprofit corporations. We do not teach bake sale charities. So this is going to be tonight the most groundbreaking, revolutionary way to bring funding to face the problems our country's going through, to bring hope and new heights to the people that we're serving. So Derek, I found this, I want to read it, because it's really what tonight's about. Those of you that want to do it, and those of you that we've talked to, Brandon and Derek and I and Carissa, all of us, that said, well, I've had this vision for 20 years, or I've had no more. Tough love coming your way. We no longer can wait. Now is the time. So I found a quote from Alexander Graham Bell. I want to launch this into, Derek, as you take us into the webinar. When one door closes, another opens. But we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which is open for us. The door opening for all of us right now in the nonprofit world, bringing real estate revenue into it, the biggest thing I've ever experienced in the nonprofit world. So now with that, we've not been able to keep Derek's feet on the ground. So I'm amazed, Derek, that you're not floating in the chair. Derek's had an amazing journey in the last 2 weeks, and he's going to share more with you. Those of you that weren't with us on the real estate revenue, the first part, let me introduce Derek Watson. Derek Watson is the co-founder of the Power Purpose. He's executive director for Living Legacy Institute, which is a national nonprofit. So he walks the walk every day, the public-private partnership, the for-profit nonprofit, leading a nonprofit. And he spent 10 years learning from the guru, the master of charitable giving of real estate, Mr. Chase Magnuson, who led this country, who wrote the book, who's been in Forbes and Fortune, has done hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate deals through charitable giving of real estate. Derek sat side by side with him, learned, embraced everything. And then alongside of that, Derek expanded it and built a system. And when Chase first was introduced, the first part of the system 2.5 years ago, he looked back, eyes got big and said, this is a Ferrari of anything that's ever been done. This is going to take our country to new heights by helping those who've acquired wealth in real estate as they transfer it, leaving a legacy, getting all the benefits, but being a part of you and your nonprofit that is changing this world. So Derek, it's such an honor, it's such a pleasure, it's such a gift to be able to introduce you and bring you on for this next training.
Oh, so glad to be here. And thank you all for joining us tonight on Real Estate Revenue Part 2, the second installment of our training center on our real estate donation program. And thank you also for a great first training. You guys were amazing. The response was just amazing, overwhelming. So we're glad you're back for the Part 2. We had so much information, you guys. We ran over 2 hours last time. We ran long, and we had to break this up because we couldn't fit all that content possibly into one training. It would have been four-hour training probably. So thanks for joining us. And we hope you'll stick to the end, again, because at the end of the Part 2 here of our real estate revenue training as a whole, we have the winner to announce, our $997 value prize on behalf of the Power Purpose. To our winner, we're going to announce at the end of this. And so we're glad to be able to do that. And very exciting what we're going to be showing you guys going forward. So let's dive into real estate revenue Part 2. So before we begin, again, let's do a little refresher from Part 1. And again, some of this may seem a little bit, kind of doubling over what we talked about before. However, it's very important. We want to cover these we really want to hammer these concepts into you guys about what we're doing out there in the real estate world and the nonprofit world. And in addition to that, we really want you guys to see the opportunity of what's happening and what this concept, who it's bringing forward in such a huge way. It's truly just amazing what's transpired the last couple of years, the last year, even just the last few weeks and everything in between. Okay, so for a little refresher here, first we're going to talk about, again, I love asking this question, dude, every single time. How many of you are in real estate out there? Okay, most of you probably are not. I see some hands going up, which is great. You guys are grasping it much faster. However, most of us are not, right, that are out there on the line. But guess what? Everyone raised their hand because all of you are now in real estate officially. Okay, why? Because it's as a means of generating funds and revenue. Okay, real estate is a means of generating funds and revenue. So everyone on the line tonight is in real estate, especially as it pertains to nonprofit. So I want to talk a little bit about the opportunity that lay before us. Okay, I want you to try and get a grasp on these numbers if you can. They're enormous, but it really shows you the opportunity. And what we've done before, what we're doing is just not been done before. It hasn't. We're trailblazing this entire thing, and many of our students have come along with us, and it's just continued to go crazy. That's the only word I can put for it. It's just crazy. The combined total value of every home in the United States rose to a record high of more than 29.6 trillion last year, nearly 30 trillion in home values. Huge number. The value of all commercial property in the United States, that's office buildings, retail, schools, hospitals, hospitality properties, right, like hotels, nearly $22 trillion, according to the Journal of Real Estate Management, on the commercial side. Unknown abandoned vacant land, just as a few years ago, most likely number we have, around 15 trillion as of a few years ago. But again, real estate values have risen in the last 5 years, so you can imagine the number is a little bit higher. But that's what we have as of 5 years ago or so. 15 trillion, enormous numbers, right? So it's safe to say the United States housing market is pretty darn value. In fact, it's worth more than the entire 2015 market capitalization of every U.S. public company combined. That's 25 trillion. Just the homes alone are $5 trillion more than that. Every company, right? Just the housing component, single family or residential real estate is worth $5 trillion more than every U.S. public company there is. It's even worth more than the combined GDPs of the United States and China. Just our residential real estate in this country, right? That's amazing. Now, imagine this number, just under $500 billion, okay? 468 some change billion dollars, all right? Huge number as well. That's the total charitable giving number to nonprofits as of last year, okay? Now, real estate revenue we talk about is one of the biggest opportunities in America right now, and it's still relatively a secret. It's virtually untapped. It's unknown. Let me show you why. What we call it is it was formerly known as the charitable giving of real estate, donations of real estate. We call it real estate revenue here at the Power Purpose. So over that number, over $468 billion donated to nonprofits, and approximately 2% of that number, it all came from real estate. So only 2% of all charitable donations came from real estate. That's it, a fraction. Despite nearly half of all U.S. capital wealth being held in real estate. So do we see a huge opportunity here? We talked about all those trillions right now in the value of real estate. And with real estate equities, as far as the number as it pertains to charitable giving in this country, it only counts for 2%, despite comprising nearly half of our wealth. Huge disconnect, right? Huge. Nearly half of our wealth, only 2% gift. All right, most of it comes from charities. That's more than double stocks and bonds. It's nearly double stocks and bonds. Cash equivalent, which makes up a majority of charitable giving. But that's also a fraction, 14%. So we're nearly half the wealth in this country, 2% of real estate. Of all that charitable giving, 2%, you guys. And on top of that, there's a breakdown of the commercial stocks, right? Residential, we talked about last time. But despite that number of just that 2%, on average, the real estate gifts that are presented to nonprofits are rejected about 85 to 90% of the time. So again, we talk about huge disconnect, which is a huge opportunity for us, right? Enormous opportunity. 2%. And even the gifts that are presented and brought forward to nonprofits are rejected practically 9 times out of 10. Huge opportunity for us, you guys. We should be out there, all of us, working on real estate donations, soliciting for real estate donations, talking to people about donating their real estate, or selling at a discount to benefit our organizations. So why is there such a big disconnect? Really, it's a lack of knowledge. Both donors and obviously nonprofits, they don't even know. We've talked to the largest nonprofits you can imagine. We've talked to some of the most high-powered professionals like realtors, investors, estate planners, financial planners, don't know about this. Nonprofits certainly, right? A lack of knowledge. Donors, nonprofits, and professionals around that kind of combine the two just don't have the knowledge. And even that mystique, right? There's a big misnomer about the assumptions of risk and liability associated with taking on donation of real estate. That's also a big one. We'll show you how we bypass that in a minute. Now, here's a big one too. A lot of nonprofits, right, with the resources that are available for their programs and services, right, the administrative costs to pay themselves, a lot of them lack the resources or even the expertise to try and teach or train or hire personnel to do this for them, right? But that's why they need to be doing it, so they can generate the revenue, right, to grow. And again, we talk about 90% rejection rate. It's creative fundraising. There's practically no competition out there. And again, a lot of nonprofits and fundraising professionals as well, even on the for-profit side, they have a very traditionalist fundraising mindset, right? They're like, we know the system, we know how it works, we're going to do this. Very stuck in their ways, right? Not really out of the box, not very creative. So these are just some of the reasons why there's a big disconnect out there. So just again, what was mentioned before about our mentor, Chase Magnuson, who's been my mentor for 10 years and who since retired, but coming back in a big way out of semi-retirement to work with us on something very special I'll mention in a little bit as a big announcement, is really who guided us and mentored us along the way up until the last few years ago. With 25 years experience, the number one trouble giving expert by far, hundreds of millions of dollars in transactions in this area. He was also recently, before his retirement, served as George Washington University's Director of Charitable and Planned Giving. When he first came on board, zero, right? Big nonprofit, huge university, right? $0 in real estate donations. A couple of years he was there, left him about $25 million from real estate. And now it's incorporated into their planned giving department on behalf of the university, which is the nonprofit. And just real quick to show you what's possible, I love this property he did. We always showcase it. It's amazing. A $9 million property he did along Camp David. Maybe you know that's a presidential getaway, right? Very cool stuff. And just to show you guys what he was featured in, Fortune, Wall Street, Forbes. And now with us, our program now is really, as I'll show you in a minute, is really starting to gain traction in the national news media, in publications, in online magazines. It's really getting out there in a big, big way. And a lot of our students are right there to be part of that, which is also a big benefit we'll talk about in just a little bit. So again, let's do a quick refresh on the types of real estate that we can do as a donation. Land, raw, undeveloped, vacant, right? Residential properties, commercial properties, industrial, agricultural, corporate owned, right? This is a big one we'll show you in a bit. Non-performing assets, that's a really big one. Our strategies, a straight donation, also known as an outright gift, a bargain sale, charitable remainder trust, and a charitable gift annuity. But we're going to talk about two right now, because we're looking at getting revenue right now. That is the straight donation, outright gift, and the bargain sale. Those are two we're going to focus on to get revenue right now. So, straight donation, again, it's the easiest method to facilitate. Very simple. We've done these in just a matter of days, literally days to get these done. Very easy for us to facilitate on behalf of all of our our nonprofits across the country. The property just donated straight over. The nonprofit holds it or sells it. So when we facilitate it, we bring it over to our nonprofit, our affiliate nonprofit. They do as they see fit with the property. Outright gift, straight donation, here you go. Hold it, sell it, whatever you'd like. A lot of great donor benefits that we talk about. Again, it avoids that messy selling process. The maintenance upkeep those problems are resolved. Capital gains tax issues eliminated. The capital gains avoidance. They can deduct the full market value now, what it's worth now, not what they paid for it 10, 20 years ago. Okay, some great benefits, and of course, the philanthropic side of leaving a lasting legacy. Little flow chart for you guys, again, on a refresher on this, just to show you a little bit about our secret. Remember we talked about that risk and liability of taking on real estate? This is how we bypass it. Okay, we base this off 2 federal tax court rulings. The whole system is based right off of that structure. as far as that tax law, stating that we can have the option of whether or not to go into title or not. We simply go outside of title, so we never assume that risk and liability, especially for all of our students and affiliate nonprofits here at the Power of Purpose. Now, properties donated over, how do we convert that equity into revenue? How do we generate cash once we've got that real estate? So again, sell it, get cash, we can lease it, right? We can move tenants in there, we can carry financing on it, we can do 1031 exchange, we can do joint ventures, we can hold it for ownership of office facilities. There's a lot of different ways we can do this. Here's a quick case study. This one was just closed. Again, we'll recap this one. If you're on the first one, great. Then we'll recap this real quick. When a house was donated over that we facilitated for one of our students, they held on to it to provide veterans housing using the property. It was a historic single-family home worth about $135,000. The donor seller donated over free and clear. In fact, it was owned by two partners. One of the partners paid off the other partner's interest in the property to make this happen. That's pretty powerful, you guys. If somebody's willing to come in and pay off a partner for a very substantial amount to make that happen so they can provide housing for veterans. And you can also, as a donor, they can, if there's already an existing mortgage on it, they can pay that off. They can deduct that too. We've had that happen. And again, the nonprofit received the property free and clear, providing services, in this case, veterans housing, and they can start generating cash flow from that. It gets a very reduced rate. It's affordable housing for them, right? Formerly homeless or in need of homes. And we now have a place where they can stay, and the nonprofit can generate cash flow. This was great. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a ribbon cutting. Senator Roy Blunt was there. Lieutenant Governor was there. That's the power of real estate donations, you guys. Is now there's now 4 veterans living here now very quickly. The house was also fixed up by a lot of we talked about a lot of donated material, supply, equipment, volunteer labor, saved the nonprofit a lot of money to fix it up. Ribbon cutting, and there's now veterans who were formerly homeless now living there. Okay, second strategy, right? 2, generate cash. Here's the second one, revenue right now. This is the big one, you guys. This one is done right there, typically at the closing table. Really cool stuff. The real estate donation is sold for substantially less than its current fair market value on behalf of the donor seller. It occurs when donated property is typically encumbered with a mortgage. Again, let's recap those benefits on the bargain sale. The gift property is subject to the debt. This is a big one, you guys. The gift equals the difference between the fair market value of the property and the debt amount and or the sales price. So we have a $100,000 house, right? And they're getting $40,000 cash, right? Because they sold it at a discount. The gift is subject to that debt or that price. That's a $60,000 gift in addition to $40,000 cash. So cash and a really big tax deduction. Really cool strategy. Now again, if the donor pays on that debt, he or she receives an income tax deduction on paying down that debt, like I mentioned earlier. Again, quick flow chart on that. Example, $1 million property, $400,000 debt. Let's say they just wanted $400,000 to pay off that debt, donate the property over. So that, in their eyes of the IRS, it's a $600,000 gift, right? That equity is the gift. The difference between the fair market value and that debt amount is the gift. So mortgage lien is extinguished and a $600,000 gift to the donor. Another cool part, that can be applied at current year, right, as an income tax deduction with a 5-year carry. So 6 years, they can spread that out and carry that across over 6 years, that tax deduction. That's huge, you guys, for donor seller. Huge. And again, big disconnect. People don't know about this. That's why you need to be out there doing this. So let's do a quick case study on the bargain sale. So this is a multi-unit commercial office building worth about $240,000. The donor seller accepted an offer for $80,000, right? That we sold to a third-party buyer for $160,000. So the donor received $80,000 cash and $160,000 charitable gift deduction. That's awesome, right? The nonprofit received nearly $50,000 net after closing costs and commissions. The buyer got a property at 66% value. This property was in great condition, fully occupied. It was an investor that picked it up for 66% value. So how many of you that are in real estate investing would like to pick properties up like that? Way under value, huge cash flow, fully occupied. I mean, right? We heard a minute, win, win, win. And this is the cool part working now. The realtor received a full commission from accelerated transaction. Realtors, if there's any of you that are out there, you mentioned that you raised your hand, you're in real estate. Before I told you everyone's in real estate. Realtors, you guys, you need to get working with us, nonprofits, set one up even yourself. Working with them, you guys have an enormous opportunity out there, enormous. And again, so we saw all four, right? Donor, nonprofit, third-party buyer / investor, and realtor. Win, 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 win. All across the board, right? Everybody won. Nonprofit got $50,000. The donor got tremendous tax tips and some cash, got the property off their hands. Third-party buyer got a great deal, and a realtor made full commission. And because we sold it under value quickly, it was an accelerated transaction. We sold it fast. So how many realtors out there like to sell properties, get full commission, still sell at a discount, but get commissions fast and have a whole bunch of properties to work with otherwise they don't? It's a whole new biz op for them. It's a whole new referral opportunity for you guys. Free media. So we talked about the free media earlier. We have newspapers, local, national, regional, all over the place that are running our stories on our properties. So again, win, 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 right? Here's the donor, now a community hero for donating this property that ended up being a $50,000 gift to this charity, right, to this nonprofit. Here's the nonprofit right here that builds homes for orphans in Kenya, right for a relief trip. This came in 2 days before they went on their relief trip. That was so nice to be able to put $50,000 into their account of the nonprofit 2 days before they left to go build homes. And right here, the realtor. How many of you out there, again, if you're selling a property or your home down the road, if you had a choice of two realtors, right, and one, they're both equal in skill set, talent, right, experience, but one helped a nonprofit sell a property that raised them $50,000, you're going to go with them, right? You're going to be very cause-oriented, as is 90% of the country on a consumer index basis. Huge. So speaking of free media, remember that house we talked about? Here it is. The Washington Times, national newspaper, ran the story. Do you know how much attention this brought to our nonprofits, this kind of media? Do you know how many additional property leads this brings our nonprofits by getting media exposure? And it's free. They love doing stories like this. You can't, as a for-profit, you can't buy marketing like this, right? You can't pay for advertising like that, and it's free for nonprofit. Another great one, a house donated to serve female veterans in Kentucky. This ran on the largest news station in the state of Kentucky, which led to another property donation we'll talk about in a minute, which is actually this one right here, Kentucky.com. So this led to a large multi-million-dollar property that's now going to accommodate 40 veterans and their families from that one house, because of media. We get that for free. And my favorite part, I had to leave this in from part one. I had to, because this is peak nonprofit, you guys. I got to hammer this home about the possibilities of what, a donated house to a larger donated property, which eventually led to change in policy where the governor signed a Senate bill into law. Here's our nonprofit group right here on the left that makes veterans benefits and also emergency services like housing more equitable for both men and women, right? Changed policy. That's what the real estate donation program did. Amazing. They went from no real estate, small nonprofit, to now they have these enormous properties doing exactly what their mission focuses on, and it led to change in policy, which is now also being looked at at the federal level with U.S. Department of Veterans. That's powerful, you guys. That all happened within a year, less than a year. Pretty amazing. Just by, again, changing about the way we raise money by saying, yes, we accept real estate. There she is right there with the signed bill by the governor. Powerful. Now, everybody won. Now, that's even bigger level, right? Everybody, even now at the policy level, all the way down to the actual nonprofit, women veterans who are living in their car or in shelters and having a clean, safe place to live. And then, of course, the real estate professionals associated with it, third-party buyers, investors. Everybody went to this real estate donation program, guys. It's a win across the board. It has impact for everybody. So that win, 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 win. Individual donors, we resolve their property management issues, right? Tax relief, mortgage relief. We can help preserve wealth for their heirs. They come out so much further ahead from a wealth management strategy. We lower their transfer expenses. Do you guys know that, how many of you know that with donors, many of you maybe have done real estate, about those closing fees, that maybe that kind of doesn't get the deal across the line? In many cases, to get that deal done, guess what we can do as a nonprofit? We can set up a reimbursement arrangement. So after closing, guess what? We can reimburse their closing costs. Or if they decide to pay for the appraisal themselves, guess what? That's a write-off because they're determining value on the property. Or in many cases, the nonprofit can absorb the closing costs up front because the margins are so large for a charity to make money for a few $1,000s to get it done. Absolutely. We do that all the time. Reimbursement arrangements. And of course, providing a social capital for various nonprofits, leaving a legacy. That's the biggest one. Lifetime income streams as well. So those tax liabilities, deduct federal, capital gains avoidance, income tax savings, huge. Let's talk about the realtors, you guys. Again, normal commissions, right? 6-7%, whatever your area kind of, whatever kind of the fit is. Consulting fees, they can make consulting fees on top of their commissions. They can get performance bonuses. So say, hey, you know what? It's at 6%, but you sell us in 30 days, we'll give you 8, we'll give you 10. If we're getting properties free and clear for whatever we sell them at, why not incentivize a realtor and pay them well? We're selling at a discount too, but why not give them more to help you sell it quickly? A listing advantage. Could you imagine the listing advantage they have? Like we showed before, the other realtor, what he'll have over his competitors. And also the buyer say, hey, look, Mr. and Mrs. third-party buyer investor, you're not just buying a property at 66% value and getting a huge cash flow, but you know what? By buying this property, you're also helping a nonprofit raise cash. You think it's going to give them a little more motivation to jump on that investment property? Oh yeah, you bet, you bet. A new client base, charities, nonprofits, a whole new client base that otherwise they don't have, that no other realtor is doing. And referral opportunities. And of course, like you saw in that article, what else? Cause marketing, PR exposure, huge. All right, us as nonprofits. Well, we win in a bunch of ways, because we get the cash proceeds from an accelerated real estate transaction. That's our unofficial motto, is when we go in with a property looking to generate cash for our nonprofits, we think about, as we evaluate each property and the exit strategies, how can we generate the most amount of cash in the quickest manner possible? That's our motto with every single piece of real estate. The exit strategies, again, even if we're holding on to it, right, or we're providing programs and services, or we're just holding on to it as like a traditional kind of rental, right, or lease option or seller financing. So we can rent it, we can lease it, we can create seller financing, we can do affordable housing like that, you guys. We can create our own notes, we can become the bank. Those office facilities, we can provide office facilities for other nonprofits, for ourselves. There's a lot of ways we can get cash flow and cash from selling the property or holding it, okay? So those investor third-party buyers, they're acquiring properties at a discount themselves, well under value. It's fast, it's accelerated, we're doing volume for them. They love us because we give them a lot of deal flow. It's a new source of lead generation for them. Many of them out there doing their own kind of marketing campaigns. They're doing big billboards or bus stops, whatever it is, right? Now by working with us, they have a whole new source of leads, and they love us because there's no competition. We work exclusively with them. Volume. We bring them a lot of deal flow. So let's do a case study in a vacant lot, like we talked before, the 3 hashes again from last time, part 1. Unimproved land. Okay, these 2 guys, these are probably where more volume is, the single family homes and land. But guess what? You think, well, it's kind of hard to sell vacant land, right? Or develop land, because the only way to raise value is you have to improve it. You have to build on it, right? But again, if it's free and clear and we're selling these to developers or builders or just investors that we want to build on it, if it's free and clear and we're selling it for 20, 30, 40, 50% value, what does it matter? It's all revenue for us, right? Because we got it free and clear. A single family residential, this one, again, donated, this one's worth about $135,000, $140,000. Free and clear, donated straight over to us. Do as with it you see fit. Sell it, hold it, whatever you'd like. They wanted the tax deduction. They were big on that, wanted some tax relief. Free and clear, donated straight over to us. Very simple, done within a couple weeks. Okay? That's how easy and straightforward it is for us, you guys. People come to us, and not just the philanthropic endeavor side, not just all the the great things they can do providing social capital for nonprofits, but in addition to that, there's always like some solution we can bring these property owners. Always like a pain point, right? Source of pain, that mortgage relief, or they're tired of they're burned out on tenants, managing it, anything like that. We eliminate that for them entirely, and when they know we're doing something good with it. So it's just a great strategy, you guys. Multiple properties. Okay, can we do multiple properties in one transaction? Yes. This one is an example. This was 5 properties, 3 states. Okay, all one transaction, one owner. And actually, just to give you guys a little secret here, these properties were actually presented to 2 national nonprofits that they rejected. Brought them to us. We got them done in a couple weeks, sold them, made a lot of revenue for the nonprofit, and of course, our third-party buyer investor got a great deal as well. We actually broke record for this one. We did a 9-property deal right before the new year. Same thing, 9 properties, I think, in 4 or 5 states. One series of transactions, you guys. That's it. Really quick, all free and clear. Now, commercial property. So this property again is a multi-million-dollar property. It's on 12 acres with 6 acres available for improvement, you guys, which is big. They can build on it. It's got about a 22,000 square foot structure. We picked it up for about $125,000. All right. Now, one more case study because it's very relevant. We have a closing with a nonprofit of ours on the 31st. $1.5 million commercial property, picking it up for $50,000. But oh, by the way, last week they came back to us and like, you know what? You guys, you're great. You're nonprofit mission. We love it. Let's just cut it in half. We'll do it for $25,000. So you guys, $1.5 million commercial property for $25,000. Is that huge as a nonprofit, right? We're talking about over $1.4 million in equity and asset that's coming over to us. That's enormous. That one closes next week. That one's really exciting. I can't wait for that closing. That's going to be awesome. Problem solving. Again, we talk about that pain point, solving problems, bringing solutions forward. It's got to be win, 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 right, you guys? House like this, vacant. It's in poor condition. It's facing tax foreclosure in a week. There was a negative association with a divorce. She was just about ready to let it go. We structured a bargain sale. We sold to our third-party buyer. We saved the property from that foreclosure. We received the cash proceeds of the sale to the nonprofit. Buyer received the property very discounted. They sold it. They made a great profit. All of that was done in 4 days. 4 days. And it solved the problems for everybody. Everybody won. Everybody came out ahead. So that's exactly what you guys, along with us, that's what we need to go into every single one. Not just where we're going to be accepting real estate for our nonprofit to grow, expand our mission, but we're also helping people, right? Even not just people we're serving, but people that own this real estate. We're providing solutions for them in addition to people that we're serving. Okay, new stuff. You guys ready? We got some good quick rehash, refresh, and everything. Let's go right into new data. We have some new data for you guys. It's going to help you a lot about this concept and see really what's a good, ideal lead for this program. All right, we already know based on the software that we designed, right, the Power Free Real Estate, high equity properties, free and clear properties, both residential and commercial, and properties that are vacant. So if they got high equity and free and clear, which is a required parameter, and they're also vacant, that's a pretty good lead for us, you guys, pretty good lead. But we broke it down a little further so you guys can check this out. So we just kind of did some patterns for you guys, okay? Some patterns on this program. So about 80% of real estate donors are reported to be between the ages of 60 and 79 years old, with the majority in the 70 to 79 range. So you've heard a lot of talk about doing campaigns in vacation areas, retirement communities, right? Now you know why. All those properties that are, you know, second homes, vacation homes, things of that nature, investor owned, with the owner is getting older. It's not looking forward to passing that on, and with inheritance and issues and probate. Okay, good number right there. So again, all respondents, we kind of broke this down in percentages for you. So all respondents on kind of this was a survey done by Bidwell Advisors, and 80 years and older was about 70% of real estate donors as a whole. 70 to 79, that's the median right there, you guys. About 54%, over half of that age group accounted for the real estate donations on that survey. 60 to 69, 26%, 50 to 59, 3%. Under 50 on this survey was 0. Now again, this is a survey, this is a snapshot, not to say it can't be, but just again, this is some data we have for you guys. When we're out there connecting with people, or we're looking at targeted mailing campaigns, whatever it is, this is some good data to have. Now, donors of real estate tend to be, again, we broke this down. If it's mostly women, 19%, mostly men, 37%, but again, jointly married couples, nearly half, at 44%. Okay, as far as the, you know, on the pattern of real estate, our kind of our profile of a real estate donation, of a donor. Now, real estate donors tend to own one property, 2, 3, 4, 5, or more. So again, a profile of our donor is how many properties they own. Again, on our software searches, another good lead statistic for us is if they own multiple properties, which we find out. So typically, if they own more than one property, as you can see, that accounts for quite a bit. Nearly 90% of real estate donors own more than one property. Very valuable data for you guys, very valuable. Okay, especially when they're connecting as a nonprofit, talking about real estate. If you know they have their primary residence, but perhaps an investment property, second home, vacation, whatever it is, a commercial property, whatever it is, land, if they have more than one, again, they're right in the vast majority of what is your real estate donor. So one property is at 13%, two properties at 39, 3, 24, 4 is at 8, and 5 or more is at 16. But again, you can see the biggest thing to really look at is that a majority of your average kind of profile real estate owner has at least one property. Now, donors of real estate are most motivated by as a percentage. And again, we talk about that philanthropic endeavor, right? Again, this data from this survey verifies that nearly half, okay, of the donors surveyed that did donate their real estate, they did solely for the charitable intent as a primary focus. It always plays, nearly always plays a component, you guys. It'll always be there. But as far as it nearly being solely for charitable intent as a philanthropic endeavor, nearly half. Nearly half. And again, about 22%, it's a relief, it's a solution for them. The headache of owning it, managing it, and if it's vacant, paying those management expenses and taxes, right? The deductions itself is solely like, I need tax relief, I want a tax deduction, about 18%. And just additional income and other accounted for 15%. But again, really want to focus this, you guys, is nearly half. And I would probably be very comfortable in saying that 90% plus of your donors, in some shape or form, it is about the mission of your nonprofit, right? And it being doing something philanthropic, leaving a legacy, giving back. But just as it's solely about the charitable intent, it's nearly half, at 44%. So I want you to keep that in mind when you're out there. Again, to just stay, when you're talking to people about it, they ask questions, want to learn more, stay focused on your mission, how a donation of real estate can better serve you, the organization, and the cause that you are addressing. Okay, types of property most likely to be given, all right, as a percentage. So primary residence accounted for 20%, undeveloped land at 17%, second home, vacation home at 16%, rental property as residential is at 14%, commercial at 12%, farms or ranches at 12%, and land at 3%, industrial at 2%, and then other. But again, just to really, again, get you guys really focused on the overall broad point, is that a primary residence, yes, that's the biggest one, but it only counts for 20%. All other properties outside of a primary residence account, so that's 80% are held, and that's what correlates to that number about the vast majority of owners own more than one property, right? Being a donor is those with more than one property. Okay, so we want you guys to see that. That's pretty accurate. We get a lot of land, we get a lot of lots, we get a lot of single-family homes, investment property, commercial properties. Okay, just very fascinating data. But again, it's going to get you guys really focused in on what does that kind of profile of a donor look like, right? Not just the fact of where they are, they have a property that's qualified, it's got equity, or it's free and clear. But in addition to that, they're primarily this age. They primarily have more than one property. They are definitely primarily interested in the philanthropic endeavor and the charitable intent. Okay, so you guys can kind of build that profile of who to look for, who to talk to, how to connect with them. All right, so just a quick recap, you guys, on this. Our purpose pioneers, and again, a lot of this that we showed you guys, a lot of this that we showed you on some of those case studies, we put this together about 1.5 years ago. We've done $20 million worth of charitable giving of real estate, and it really started with this group. We had launched our software program. We brought these guys in about 1.5 years ago. This group has accounted for about 80% of the deals that we've done. One small little group, 80%. All of these nonprofits, one small existing one that hadn't really done much, the rest brand new startup nonprofits. All of them adapted into this program, came into the small roundtable mastermind we call Purpose Pioneers. And to fast forward 1.5 years later, to be sitting here with you guys talking about what we're working on and where it's led to, which we'll talk about in a minute. This small group buying into our system, coming into our mastermind, has really led to where we are today, in that big number of the amount of worth of real estate that we've done, and for the number of properties that we've facilitated. It's all come from the small round table, you guys, that bought into our system, that believed, that implemented, that executed, that, hey, we pushed them, right? They pushed right back. But they did exactly what we told them. We worked hand in hand, and this is where we are today. So I want to recognize this group and talk a little more about what we're doing going forward. And that's it. In a year, you guys, 1 year, 80% of our donations. And that's our eventual goal, you guys. We are, and you're going to see why. You're going to see why that we're looking to facilitate $1 billion in real estate, totally, not just move the needle, but fundamentally transform how nonprofits generate funding utilizing real estate. You're going to see how it's going to happen very soon. We are going to hit that goal, you guys. Everyone here is 100% agreement and believing with it. It's amazing what's happening, where we're going, and we want you guys to be a part of it and to be our next purpose pioneer.
Drum roll, Derek. After hearing all that, you guys, it deserves a big woo! I'm so excited, our team. What we want to now announce is the launch of our Mastermind program. Imagine you walk into a room full of nonprofit experts, business professionals, investors, philanthropists, industry leaders, and everybody knows your name. Within an instant, you're like family and you're with like-minded, like-hearted, socially conscious entrepreneurs that are purpose-driven. That's what the Power of Purpose Mastermind is. It's about connecting. And you know, today I brought it up several times. The number one insider secret for bringing funding into a nonprofit is connect, connect, connect. Well, now we've taken that to a level that's beyond all of our comprehension with the 27 trillion, with the money we're talking, with the opportunity in front of us. Now to bring a group of like-minded people together and connect to take this charitable giving of real estate, to bring the real estate revenue into us, never been done before in this country. And you, as part of the mastermind, will be the founding member, the founding purpose pioneer group that are going to take this to heights we've never imagined. One connection. You guys think about that. That one house that was donated, that led into a school being donated, that led into ribbon cuttings with chief of staff from the Congress, with the governor's office, with that one connection won't just change you and your life and the financial resources to bring to your nonprofit. You're changing the course of history. You're part of something bigger than all of us. Look at Phyllis. She brought forth legislation that now equals the playing field for services when women veterans come home, just like men veterans. That's huge. That's a history-changing event. That's like us bringing the Americans with Disabilities Act forward. You have an opportunity to be a part of a revolution that's bringing forth change and solutions in this country. And connections in life are where the magic happens. We're all part of something that's magical and miraculous beyond what we've ever experienced. So come and join, be a part of this. And you know what I learned from the very beginning was those connections create shortcuts. And with them, you guys, your progress is going to be more difficult and it's really lonely. These connections build our communities. They embrace us, moving us forward. This is your opportunity to change your life and the lives of others. The Power of Purpose Mastermind, you guys, is your best chance to work with the most socially conscious minds in this country that are doing things all over the country and the world. We'll be able to share strategies, form partnerships, and it'll last a lifetime. Just this morning, I was on a conference call with leaders from 30 years ago that we led. We formed coalitions for the disability community. We met in nursing homes. Nothing was accessible. So when you think about that partnership that's going to last a lifetime, and when you see their name on your phone screen, then you can't wait to talk to them. That's the kind of partnership I want. And that's the kind of partnership we're bringing and forming with the mastermind. And it started with 5 simple goals in mind. First of all, goal 1, to bring together the greatest minds in this new, exciting, social enterprise-based economy where we share strategies, offer advice to each other, we reveal what's working, and importantly, what's not working, that shortcut. And we're going to meet several times a year face to face, along with connecting via webinars, via online communities. But that face to face, there's nothing like. We at the Power Purpose, we're involved in masterminds. We grow our company to be able to bring you more resources because we sit in masterminds with the brightest of the brightest minds. Back in the early days, 30 years ago, when I didn't know anything, could barely walk or talk, but I had a purpose. We got together through think tanks. We have think tanks. We met several of us together. What that did, look at the change we brought forward. So goal 2, we're going to nurture that coalition between all of us. The folks I talked about that I met with today, yesterday, the day before, they're going to be a part of this mastermind. They're out there making an impact. Richard and Sarah, they're bringing forth education on diabetes. Their son, their 6-year-old son, just turned 7, was just diagnosed with diabetes type 1. And so now to bring that education to other parents, to the schools and the cafeterias and the nutrition, that is the coalition, bringing folks like that together that are working with other groups of ours that are leading integrative medicine, bringing nutrition into it, bringing wellness. Can you imagine what everybody together can do? Not only does it increase your individual success, because now you've got a group around you, you've got mentors, you've got side by side with you. We are going to shift the paradigm collectively, creating an everlasting impact in the world. That's exciting. That's what lights me up. That's what wakes me up every morning on fire. Can't wait for that day to start. We are shifting paradigms. We're empowering people to take control of their life and destiny. We're bringing business solutions to so broken systems where veterans are committing suicide 22 a day. Can you imagine what together, the veterans empowered, leading the nonprofits, using real estate revenue to bring solutions that have brought them forward? So goal 3 is you guys, that support group we're going to have with each other, all the social entrepreneurs coming together that understand the struggles, the challenges, the joys of building a long-lasting enterprise that'll be here long after we're gone, and where no one brother or sister will ever be left behind, because now we've got that support group. Goal 4, we're going to create a much-needed peer accountability group that holds each of its members accountable to achieving their highest achievement station in life. So you guys, to have that accountability, to hold each one of you accountable, to take us to new heights. Derek, with that one, I want to read one of the books I'm reading is I Dare You by William Danforth. I want to put this challenge up right now on goal 4, bringing us to new heights. I want you to start a crusade in your life, to dare to be your best. I maintain that you're a better, more capable person than you have demonstrated so far. The only reason you are not the person you should be is you don't dare to be. Once you dare, Once you stop drifting with the crowd and face life courageously, life takes on a new significance. New forces take shape within you. New powers harness themselves for your service. That's what this group is about. Dare to be courageous. Dare to join us. And goal 5, the best of all, to create, build, and leave a legacy that makes an impact and changes the world forever. You know, Derek and I are so blessed now having the opportunity of sitting with billionaires, sitting with people who've achieved significant wealth. They don't talk about all their stuff and their wealth and the material things. They share with us their legacy. What is their legacy? What are they going to be remembered for? So that goal 5 leads us into why you need to be a part of this. We're going to meet quarterly, face to face, 4 times a year, with our first one in Albuquerque, New Mexico next month. And at these meetings, you'll focus on strategy. We'll be working on your nonprofit, not in your nonprofit. Those of you that lead businesses, you know how we get so entrenched and work in it, not on it. Well, the power of the nonprofit corporation is building systems, sitting at these mastermind with the peer group that you're going to be able to focus on strategies and work together, distraction free. Think about how much you'll accomplish in a 2-day roundtable meeting without texts and emails and phones ringing and your systems coming in. Oh, there's something else going on. We're going to just focus for 2 days and build your nonprofit to a level you've never, ever imagined. And then to keep us connected in between those face-to-face, because the energy is so high. You don't want to leave that time with each other. We want to keep that energy going. We want to keep that camaraderie going. So we're going to have monthly one-on-one team calls. And as a member, you will get to meet with our team. It's the most powerful team I've ever been a part of. And I've had powerful teams my whole life to do what we've done. You're going to be able to meet with one of our team members who are the experts in this country in the nonprofit world. We've got me, Derek, Tracy, Ed Roll. You guys, Ed is such a treasure to us. And Ed's led a nonprofit. Ed has 2 law degrees. Ed's got a brilliant mind that is creative and strategizes and puts the for-profit and nonprofit together and grows things. So you can have one-on-one time with each team member throughout your time with this. And you can, it's up to you what we discuss. What is your current state of your development? You have questions. You've got some charitable giving of real estate deals on. So every question will be answered live with our team. And I am proud of our team. So proud. And we've developed a private message board. And this is so important, you guys. This is for all of you to be a part of. And it's a member favorite. Because when someone asks a question, it immediately gets answered and is shared with the other group. So you're going to go, oh, wow, that helped me out. I'm glad they asked that question. Again, building that momentum so that when we're face-to-face at the next mastermind meeting, we've got so much going on in between. Instant access to all of our resources. We've spent so many years and time and resources and being part of masterminds and sitting in thought leader summits, developing state-of-the-art resources. We've got purpose and profit. We've got online products that we'll be bringing to you. We've got memberships for the Power Purpose Campus. You'll get full access. We do live webinars. We have all kinds of information archived. We have documents. You can go into our nonprofit university, and it's unbelievable what's in there. And then the lifetime access, lifetime to the power-free real estate software system. Lifetime access. When you see this system, when you punch in your area zip code and see 3,800 properties that fit exactly what we need, and the letters are embedded in the software, hey guys, if I can do it with one touch of the button, you're gonna sell through this thing. No comment from the team on them, okay? Plus, we're gonna be doing weekly live trainings that you'll have access to. So you guys, every resource we have that we put together in different membership areas and different products, you're gonna get access to all of them as part of our inaugural mastermind group. And you know I love this. You've been following me. Travel, travel, travel. Instead of the Where's Waldo, we do the Where's Sherry. Like today, I'm in Denver, Colorado, and it was so awesome. If you don't know me, you need to know this. Denver Broncos have been my life since I've been a little tiny girl growing up. And so to be in Denver and to be watching NFL Network, trying to find out what's going on with the Broncos, don't know yet. And last night on the 10 o'clock news, they talked about the Bronco defense, how awesome it is. And I'm going, why are they talking about it? Oh, yeah, I'm in Denver. So travel, travel, travel. Wherever we are, we meet up with you guys when we travel. Today, I got to sit down with Lucinda and John. They're part of our mastermind group. Their nonprofit is doing work in India, doing work here in Denver. Amazing, amazing group. So I'm in Denver, so guess what? I meet up with the folks that are in the area. And we do connecting. We meet with legislators. We look at funders. Today, we talked about meeting with some large corporations because we're developing an app in their nonprofit. Again, that cause marketing. Let's sit down with CenturyLink. Let's sit down with some of the headquarters here in the IT world and get that going on the app. So we'd love for you to join us for the networking, the strategizing, the brainstorming. And if you know me, you know my motto has always been with every team I've had, if it's not fun, we're not doing it. So we got to have some fun in there. So when we come to your area, we're going to be going out and finding the best blues music. We're going to go out and find the best restaurant that has a local food in it. So it's exciting to be on this journey together. One of our favorites, love it. Tim Combs also works both ways. When Tim flew out to San Diego, 2-3 weeks ago, and the first thing he did is call our team, Brandon, Natty. I happened to be in San Diego then, kind of the Where's Waldo, and we all had dinner together, and it was so much fun. Uma in Hawaii. Now, who wouldn't want to make sure we're going to do a trip to Hawaii, Derek? Derek was in Hawaii and had on a vacation and had a mastermind group with him. Office Depot Foundation. I was able to be invited to be a keynote speaker. There were hundreds and hundreds of women there with purpose, with nonprofits. And one of our students, Linda, she lives in Florida. Not only did we get to connect, I got to bring her in a VIP pass. She sat at the front table. She got to be a part of all the speakers. So you guys, we're building and doing this together wherever we go, whatever we're part of. we just got invited. We're doing the Strategic Philanthropy Global Summit. So when we go to Australia, those of you that are with us in Australia, when we go to the UK, that's where we're headed, international. Wherever we go, together, we're going to be building this and growing it. Those that are doing international work, it's for you too.
And you guys, just side note, you know, Linda had a brand new nonprofit, got our real estate donation program going, and she had a $160,000 house free and clear donated to her that was sold for $135,000 cash to her nonprofit in the first couple months of her coming into our program and being set up as a nonprofit. So if you don't have a nonprofit, or you're just maybe setting one up or working on it, this can happen fast. And absolutely, it was great to see her go to the Office Depot Foundation along with some other of our mastermind students to be there to watch Mom here on stage with some incredible philanthropic people. It was amazing. Yeah, I mentioned Hawaii, and just you know, a side note, this is one of my favorite things that we do is we travel constantly, and no matter where we go, this was vacation, and I met with our Hawaii group twice during the week because they have an amazing program to combat homelessness, provide housing and training, and we love wherever our travels are. Our family, right? We call them our family, our mastermind students. It's their travel as well, because we're always looking to meet up. And whether we hang out and we sit around and we're hammering out strategy and working on things, or we're out having fun, everything in between, that's what we love to do. If it's retreats, you know, to like lodges and ranches. These people in our mastermind are our extended family. They really are, and we love to hang out with them. We go to your ribbon. We love to go to ribbon. This is one of my favorites. Moms as well. The ribbon cuttings. We have donated property, and we have ribbon cuttings. Where in this case, homeless women, veterans are moving in to be there when all the legislators are there. The whole community comes together. We love traveling and being a part of those ribbon cuttings. And like I said, we are one big family. We hang out all the time everywhere we go. West Coast, East Coast, Florida, Midwest, Hawaii, and yes, soon to be Australia, when we got that way. But we're always going to be calling and messaging, let you guys know we're in town or we're in the area, or I'm in the area, and to come out and hang out with us. We love it. It's our favorite thing to build. We have this whole extended family all over the country now. It's great. This was just a fun one over here. You can see this was 4th of July last year. We had a little retreat we took outside of Nashville. Had some people in our program come out and hang out with us and barbecue for the full show. It doesn't matter where we are, what we're doing. We're going to let you know where we are, and if you're in the area, then you're going to meet up with us. That's for sure. We're going to hang out.
That was so much fun. And you guys talk about when you're having fun together, and when you just your mission, there's nothing going to stop you. And to have people around you that have fun doing it, it's not like a job. It's not like the work you do that you can't wait to get home and live for the weekend. This lights you on fire. When Stephen Nicole sent out letters and got some donors already to call back, and he sent an email and said, it lit my heart on fire and kindled that passion for the Institute. You guys, when you're having fun together and surrounding each other, so some of the insights for us, you guys, we don't say think outside the box. With us, there is no box. So we figure out new, innovative strategies before anyone else. I mean, I went back to New Mexico to get my PhD. All these folks were in nursing homes after I'd served as national president for disability, did ADA, and boy, we were moving. And then I go home, and I keep getting called into nursing homes with all these young kids laying in there in a bed of pee, atrophy, $400,000 a year. You are paying for tax dollars. So what did we do? We came up with an innovative strategy saying, let people move home. Let people live where they want to live, and hire an attendant to be with them at home. That's the innovative strategies. that brings an economic impact to our country, empowers people to be back in control of their life, and you're leading, and it's not even a job. It's exciting. So the innovative strategies will be part of the mastermind. Today with 3 different students, it was like, wow, that's amazing. Whoa, that's awesome. As they were talking about developing the app, well, then let's go to some big IT companies that are headquartered in Denver. Let's do the cause marketing. Let's let them align with the cause. That's the innovative strategy. And so some of these strategies we discuss publicly, but some of our best discoveries never see the day of light. The only exception we make is to bring that to the Power of Purpose mastermind meetings. That's where we can really huddle together and bring these innovative solutions to this country and this world.
Absolutely, guys. And we're going to talk about this in just a little bit, just to show you some of the innovative strategies that we'll put in. We'll beta, we'll test it, and we bring our mastermind members in to be a part of it. That's what came with our first mastermind, the Purpose Pioneers, and now we have some things we're announcing on our first inaugural one coming up. I'll announce those in just a second.
Yeah.
So some other cool things we talk about is, as an example of these, is we got our new booklet brochure in template form, because we want to arm, as you're going to see in a minute, our nonprofits really threefold with, again, those targeted mail marketing campaigns through our software that we've developed, right? That's available just for them in this area of their mastermind, right? And then something we can do online. We're going to talk about generate lines online, and of course the booklet brochure that's template form. They can hand out, put their name and logo on the booklet to be handing out when they're connecting. So they got the mail marketing campaigns, online leads, and now something in hand when they're doing presentations, meeting with civic groups, meeting with legislators, or meeting with potential donors. All that we have their arm or something in hand. They don't have to actually know all the ins and outs. They just have to work on connecting and generating the leads. We take it from there. As I mentioned, Chase Magnuson, who has a book out right now, we've worked with him and his publishing company, where now our nonprofits can white label this book and put the name of the nonprofit at the top, and also include like their contact information, and hand those out, use those as lead magnets for generating leads. Pretty cool, right? We have that available for mastermind students. This is one I'm really excited about, very excited about, is a new website, donatemyrealestate.com, which is coming soon, in development. As I mentioned before, we have the mail marketing campaigns. We're generating a ton of leads, something in hand with them. And then also our mastermind members are gonna be able to just get their own custom site on this platform. And we're gonna start generating leads of potential real estate donors online, you guys. Big. This one's big. I'm gonna show you why right here in just a second. So, and this, again, this new website, so you guys know about what you know about online, a lot of what we do, right? Online presence, building funnels, capturing leads, getting follow-up automation. This is it right here. We're building a funnel solely built on, designed on the concept of real estate donation and potential real estate donors, from leads to actual transactions that are successful, to convert that into cash for our nonprofits. So that is on the way for our mastermind members they can plug into. This is what's going to make this so big. I'll talk about 2 things here in just a second, but the first one, being in New York City last week and being able to meet with the executive team at VaynerMedia, if you know Gary Vaynerchuk and VaynerMedia, who we're going to be bringing in to really build that online presence all around the concept of real estate donation, to be the sole authority online. And again, we know it's so relatively unknown, new, very few nonprofits do it, to take over the space online, to bring our nonprofits in our mastermind with us, where they can generate leads online. They can help us build the online presence to really become the authority online, where donors or interested parties can come in to our website, can connect with us, and we can start attracting real estate donations online. It's in the works, you guys, for our mastermind members as we speak.
Hey, and I got to interrupt, Eric. That's huge. Do you know how long our team has followed Gary Vee? Phenomenal. Gary Vee's the top of the top in the world. And when I said in the beginning we couldn't keep Derek's feet on the ground, for him to be sitting in the office in New York City with the executive team rolling out the real estate revenue, Derek, that is amazing.
And also, the second reason being in New York City, very excited to announce, is the Social Ventures Legacy Fund. So you guys heard me talk earlier about, for the past several years, how we have third-party buyer and investors that have been big on buying the properties. But the problem is they typically had maybe perhaps a specific geographic focus, or we have so much volume happening now that we naturally had to innovate and expand. So we have developed essentially an investment fund to bring in enormous buying power. I was there in New York City, right here for our initial capital raise from some capital investment firms, some Wall Street executives, to do our initial capital raise for this fund. This fund is going to be pretty much the buying power. Our initial capital raise is in the millions, the tens of millions for our initial capital raise. This is the buying power to buy this is how we're going to be able to sell properties quickly, nationally, to handle volume, is through this fund. And all of our nonprofit mastermind members can now plug into this fund for their buying power when it comes time to sell real estate quickly to generate cash for nonprofits. This has been the missing piece. We have been able to sell properties relatively quickly with investors and so forth, but not this fast. And not with this much buying power, and not with this kind of prestige. This is going to bring our entire real estate donation concept, along with all of our mastermind member nonprofits with us. Just so incredibly thrilled about this, you guys. This is going to be amazing. This is what's going to change everything. This really, we talk about the one of its kind, never done before. Essentially, with this concept of real estate donation, coupled with these other pieces, with the power purpose, our affiliate nonprofits and our mastermind, right, as well as a facilitating nonprofit, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. It's bringing in it's really the central core hub of all these pieces that's bringing in the real estate world, the nonprofit world, the capital investment world all together. This one component is really bringing all these worlds together for not just rates of return and yields on an enterprise basis, but for huge impact. You guys, we can do more properties, we can do bigger properties, we can do higher volume. Our mastermind, just to give you guys an idea, okay, we did the first part one on real estate revenue, right? We had our first enrollees come in to our mastermind. Throughout the course, we were able to calculate approximately, in the last year and a half, that's led to that over $20 million to donated real estate, right? All those dozens and dozens of properties that we've done. And that probably came from about 6,000 mailings in the course of a year and a half or so, okay? Where we've gone the last month is now, next week, we have 15 to 16,000 mailings going out. 5 to 6,000, in about 6,000, the history of this program in 18 months, and now 1 week, 16,000 going out. You guys, and this is why this fund is going to be such a critical component. All of our nonprofits can now, in our mastermind, plug directly into this as their buying power, also as in just a way to raise credibility of the organization, to bring this kind of buying power with donors, with real estate professionals, with title companies. I mean, you name it, this is what's going to make it happen, you guys. And like I said, it looks like I haven't even announced it to Mom yet, but I'll be back out in New York City in a couple of weeks, you guys, because it's incredible. The people that are coming to the table, we talk about billionaires, we talk about multi-billion-dollar capital investment firms, real estate donors, huge nonprofits. This is it. This is what's happening right now, you guys.
And Derek, what I think what is so powerful, you guys, is over 10 years ago, when we had the honor of connecting with Mr. Chase Magnuson. He's brilliant. He's got a purpose. His heart is so pure, and he's mentored us. And we saw the vision. We saw with Chase how big this opportunity is. For 10 years and the last 2 to build a system around it, to be in New York City with VaynerMedia and all these, and to have them talk about seeing it being bigger than Uber, bigger than Airbnb when executed. They see the vision of how this can transform our country and reshape the fabric of America and of the world. So, Derek, it's so much bigger than any of us even can fathom right now. And what's happened in 2 weeks' time, when I read that quote in the beginning about when one door closes, we so often focus and regret that door instead of the doors that are opening in front of us. And that's what Derek has been leading us. We're running behind him, flying through the doors. So the mastermind, you guys, to come and be a part of this.
Yeah, that's a great segue.
You can have such a close relationship, that intimate connection to not only the peers in the mastermind, but like-minded leaders like Chase Magnuson, the professionals, David Silver, Lane McGee. We have an amazing group that have been brought into our life that have the expertise. They have a doctor's degree in economy, that have managed $100 million funds, that have built the first energy efficient project in the early 90s with $80 million in New Jersey and brought it to our country. They've been brought into our lives. And there's a reason all these doors are open. You guys are why this is happening. It's the purpose pioneers. It's the nonprofit leaders I talked about today, I met with, and yesterday on the phone. And it's you guys that are out there. Let go of that fear. You have the faith and belief that you can lead in it. I talked to a gentleman last night, you guys, one of our newest members, that he grew up in Compton. His dad was in prison 25 years, hard crime, San Quentin. He was a kid who had a dad in and out of prison that would come home and try to be part of things, but we don't allow him. He can't get housing, he can't get employment. This gentleman has stepped forward to say it's time to help those young kids that have no hope, that are now making money, they're entrepreneurs, but maybe not making it the right way. Let's bring them and teach them how to take their skills and bring goodness to this country. So
yes, that's a great segue, and into the connections we talk about. You guys can be plugged in to like the fund management team, people that we have around in our circles. They're our extended family, and that's what we're going to be doing, is introducing you to our family members. So we're really excited about that. We also have member services concierge. So whatever you need, we're here to help. We have a VIP concierge team that's here to answer your questions, get you the resources you need, keep us all connected. We have a tremendous VIP concierge team. This is a big one, you guys. Accountability. Not just us on the purpose side, but the group. New mastermind members, other nonprofits, our thought leaders, they're going to hold your feet to the fire. If you commit to something and a plan to implement and execute, like we're going to be showing you, you will be held accountable to that plan. And not just by the mastermind mentors, but by our members as well. Now, this is the big one, you guys. This is what really makes all of this happen. This is what makes our real estate donation program turnkey and automated. How many of you out there, again, this whole system we talk about, we would like it done turnkey, have it automated, have it done for you, so you can focus on your diversified funding plan and growing your nonprofit and having this really done for you. This is what we put together. This is a facilitation for gifts of real estate. Mastermind members receive access to our turnkey program, which includes, we craft the marketing campaign. So again, through our software system, we target the location, city, county, zip, what type of properties, are they residential, are they commercial? We just use that software. We help craft your marketing campaign on the real estate donation program. We help craft those first mailing campaigns to get you out there and going. We do it generating leads. That mail marketing system We then import those leads into the mail marketing system. We put it into a multi-step mailing campaign that reaches the donor sellers, and then we have a phone number to contact a representative. So speaking about that, we just put this together in a much bigger way, huge way, totally integrated. We now have an inbound phone system. You guys, we have a phone calls. We have a call center. So once you're in, you get assigned a personalized phone number. You put that everywhere, not just on the mailing campaigns, those brochures, those booklets, those business cards, of course on the website, everywhere, and that all goes to our call center, which takes all that lead forward flow for you to start beginning that process from lead capture to a deal. So we now do craft your marketing campaigns. They get them out there. We have an inbound phone system with representatives ready for you guys to go. Everyone in our mastermind has access to this. So in our facilitation program, once it goes to the phone representatives, we begin structuring the offers and so forth. We then move it in the facilitation, but we handle every aspect of a charitable gift real estate from start to finish, from A to Z. So we evaluate. We receive the leads again from the nonprofit partner in our mastermind. We start the process by evaluating the property, the needs of the donor, the property condition, what the nonprofit needs, everything. We then begin structuring offers. We submit our offers, those leads, with our phone representative, and we evaluate the property needs of the donor. Again, the property, we get the offers structured immediately. Then we go into negotiation, depending upon those offers. If they're accepted, great. If they're not, if there's a counteroffer, great. We begin the negotiation period until we get an accepted offer. We then go to closing funds and funds transfer. So what we do here is after we get an accepted offer, we facilitate 75% of the proceeds go to our affiliate nonprofit in our mastermind. Done for you. It's not even like other facilitating, or fundraising companies or other nonprofits where it's 50-50, or in some cases they take 60. No way. We give our nonprofit 75% of the proceeds. All of the legalities, the team, the personnel, it comes out of the proceeds of the deal, not even from our mastermind nonprofits. That's what keeps them going, keeps them paid. And we transfer, wire in the funds, 75% of the proceeds to our nonprofits in our mastermind. 75%, you guys. And even beyond that, all of that post-closing documentation, right? Letters of intent, IRS forms, right? Thank you letters, everything. We handle all that even well after the closing on behalf of our affiliate nonprofits. And again, this is what's so big and why there's been so much success the last year and a half, because this is available to all of our members turnkey. So all of our mastermind members get access to this, to the mastermind, the facilitation program turnkey, you guys. So one more time, just to recap, okay? We got crafting the mail marketing campaign, right? We target those mailings to the software search. We do the mailing campaigns. We have inbound phone representatives waiting for those leads. We then go into our facilitation program when the leads come in. We evaluate, structure offers, negotiate, handle closing, and now we have the fund, right, as a big buying power that our nonprofits can plug into to buy those properties fast, right? And then even after the closing, we transfer the funds through wiring. Guess what? All that post-closing documentation that can take weeks afterwards, we handle all that for you guys as well. If you're not even set up as a nonprofit, here's the best. If you're out there right now and you don't have a nonprofit set up, doesn't matter. You don't have an excuse, because we have people that have not, like Linda, we showed you earlier, first couple of weeks, mailing campaign, got property, got going in it. We have people that have yet to even set up nonprofits or in the process of doing it, setting up, getting RC Corporation, already doing mailing campaigns, right? We hold on to the property, right, in an interest-bearing account, or we structure a loan that becomes a forgivable, it turns into a grant when you do get your nonprofit set up. So even if you're brand new or not even quite set up yet, it doesn't matter. You have no excuse. We can do that for you now. So here's the key though, you guys. This is not for everyone. All right. Mastermind admittance are made by the mentors and our advisors on a case-by-case basis based on 5 major criteria. What are you able and willing to contribute to the group? This is a mastermind. We share, we strategize, we work together collectively to benefit all. your nonprofit mission, focus, your probability to generate massive results, not just for the sake, not even for the sake of your mission, your focus, but also your, the opportunity you have to generate massive results is a huge factor criteria. Your overall personality match to the existing group, purpose-driven, right? Smart, able to take feedback, input. Are you an implementer? These are all those quality characteristics of a personality match. Recommendations from other mastermind members and advisors. This is also good. If we get our current mastermind members that have come in from Real Estate Revenue Part 1 to now on a recommendation basis, or our advisors, that's another way that to be accepted. And total commitment, total 100% commitment, right, Mom, to build a sustainable nonprofit that will change the world forever. That one supersedes the other 4, hands down. Total commitment to build a powerful, profitable, sustainable nonprofit that will change the world forever and leave a lasting impact. And again, it's not for everyone, and frankly, some who apply, aren't accepted. If you do manage to get accepted, you'll be able to call some of the best and brightest minds in the world of social enterprise, your friends, your family. We meet, again, we meet quarterly in person. In between that, we connect online. Outside of that, when we're traveling over the place, just like today in Denver, and me on my travels, we connect all the time, whether it's, hey, we're Strategies, we're sitting at a coffee shop and we're going through stuff, or if we're just hanging out and having a barbecue or going on a fun excursion, that's what we're all about. So this is a high-end exclusive mastermind. This is not for everyone, you guys. A select few will be chosen in a minute. Again, if you were with us a few weeks ago, and I'm going to let Mom elaborate on this in just a minute. Let Sherry here take this, but this is our inaugural mastermind. We've been pushed and prodded and almost pulled into doing this for so long, you guys, because of what we do, the team that we have around us, our skill set, our results-oriented mission that we have to do a mastermind and to take this in a bigger way. And if you just saw all those moving pieces that we have now, with the fund, with our online presence, with bringing in the top, not just business minds, nonprofit minds, but also philanthropic minds, big mind, big heart people to the table to do something incredible and have people out there be a part of it. That's who we want. And that's what we're looking for.
So, Derek, after all this, who is going to be our next Purpose Pioneer in this inaugural mastermind? We're looking for that next group to be part of that Purpose Pioneers. We want 10 charter members, and the first 10 will get a special inaugural discount. Now, we already have some from the last call, so that's very limited, like Derek said. Take action now. We're looking for people who are action takers. This is where we're going to be meeting in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico, our home. And I can't wait to have you come and taste some green chili and be part of the culture there. It's in Albuquerque, June 17th and 18th, Saturday and Sunday, Friday night. We're going to get together and have so much fun. And Saturday and Sunday, we're going to drill down. So you guys, now's the time. Take action. Now we're looking for the next few to be on this first mastermind. The sky's the limit for us, and all of us are part of this. So are you guys ready to be our next Purpose Pioneers? Now's the time.
So you guys, again, we did this and we talked about our first inaugural group, which we started taking in. We're opening up to 10 more, but again, we're meeting very soon in the next couple of weeks. So, and what we've done here, you guys, when we had Real Estate Revenue Part 1, we had 2 phone numbers up. We had about 50, 60 phone calls, something crazy like that, scores and scores of calls that came in to be part of our first inaugural 10. We're opening up, we're doing 10 more. And that's it. After this first meeting, you guys, the price is going up because we want to keep this small. We want to keep it intimate. We want to have this very focused we can give as much attention and value to our group as possible. So the first inaugural 10 to get in, sign up, and join us will get in, and they'll get in at the inaugural price with a big discount coming in. And again, if you can't get through on these phone numbers, we have 4 instead of 2 this time, you guys. You can also visit nonprofitwebclass.com/mastermind. If you scroll towards the bottom, there's an apply button, just a few questions about your personal information, name, phone number, etc. Apply there. That is also time tracked, so they can get back to you. If you call and you get a voicemail, your call will be returned in the order it is received. We're going to open these up right now. We have 10 more spots, you guys. That's it. And we're closing this down. Our first inaugural is in a couple weeks. And I'm going back to New York City. I'll be coming in from there right to the mastermind. So much to share, plug everybody into. So this is it, you guys. We're looking for these last 10, and then we're full. We're shutting it down. And we're going to have this group. And as you can see, we're going to be doing amazing things. You guys, that small group that came in almost a year and a half ago to where they are now, all that real estate, those case studies, all those millions with the real estate, it came from that small group of implementers, that one small group. So you can imagine now where we are now with our innovations, with the online capacity, the software, in addition to the fund, and working on a big online presence and online lead capture, everything in a big way. What this next group is going to do, I can't even fathom it right now. I can't, because I had no idea that small little group we took in last time would do such amazing things. And now to have this group that's coming in and a few more spots on them are shutting down the inaugural members. That's it. First to call in and join up. That's it. And we're going to do amazing things. You guys are going to be reading about this. I guarantee you it everywhere. And we're just so incredibly thrilled, appreciative, and grateful for you guys that are on, I've already enrolled in the mastermind. Some of you are on tonight. And this is what I love about you guys. You're already enrolled. Real Estate Revenue Part 2. And here you guys are again to learn more. And I can't wait to see you guys in Albuquerque. For those of you that want to join us, call right now if you're not already calling. Send in an application online. Let's get started, you guys. It's time. It is time.
And for those of you that are on the phone and can't see the phone numbers, let me give you the phone numbers. Like Derek said, we've got 4 of them now. Last time they were just jammed and messages, and we filled it up. Those that we can't accept on this, that's okay. Go ahead and apply, because as things are growing, we'll be bringing more forward. And those that did not get accepted into the mastermind are working with this in different ways. Couple of them, we're working with setting up their nonprofit in the beginning. So come and join us. Things are happening. So let me give you the numbers. The first number is 505-375-0345. The second number, 505-333-8598. Third number, 505-235-7446. The last number, 505-217-9333. And if the lines are busy like they were last time, Derek, go on the website. Go to nonprofitwebclass.com/mastermind. Go to the bottom and fill out the application, and they will return your call. And like Derek said, everything is stamped. And so taking all the calls and going through the applications and what your purpose is and your commitment to this. And then they'll be able to put it in the order of the folks that have called bringing you in.
Absolutely, you guys. And sign up. Let's get started. Again, like was just mentioned, even if you're not have a nonprofit set up or been thinking about it, right? Or you're close, or you read about there. Our average time helping people set up nonprofits is about 3 weeks. From there to Articles of Incorporation. It's amazing, you guys, what we're doing on that front to get people set up and going as well. And you saw some of our top mastermind students that got started right away, even as their nonprofit was being set up. They took action, they didn't wait, and they had a fully funded nonprofit quick. That's what we talk about, even as part of this mastermind, right? It's exclusive, it's more of our high end. However, we're talking about, everything we do from the fund, nonprofit, it's the same, right? About leverage, about yield, about rate of return. So even leveraging those resources you have to enroll, right? But look at the return you can get, not just on the return in a monetary sense, but look who we're going to be plugging you into, sitting down with, the kind of impact you're going to be able to make out there. The profitability of your nonprofit utilizing strategies. The largest nonprofits, I guarantee you guys, I can name them off right now, that are not doing this strategy. Are not. If it's universities, hospitals, some of the largest national names that are not doing this, and you will be. And you will be in a most creative niche out there where we're talking about all these great diversified funding plans, right? All these avenues of funding, but this one's you're creating your own financing through real estate. There's no competition, you guys, and you can plug it into the system and a whole network of incredible thought leaders and nonprofit experts that can help you grow. So we talk about leveraging resources, capital that you may have, the kind of return you're going to get. I can only say exponential. That's the only thing I can say. It's an exponential return, you guys, because it's not solely the money, the finances, and building a nonprofit, the revenue. It's absolutely there. The kind of impact you saw with, just to give you guys an idea, that we're with our real estate program in the last year, that we've got donated real estate that's now housing over 125 veterans who were previously homeless, or dozens of low-income families who couldn't find a clean, safe place to live. Put an ROI on that. It's exponential. You can't do that to make a difference in somebody else's life. What is the rate of return you've made in their life? It's life-changing for them. So please call, join us, and just to wrap this up, you guys, just thank you once again. Thank you for taking the time to learn and to be a part of this. There's so many of you that are on, they're coming in, and we're just thrilled. I know you are. You're ready to fight Albuquerque tomorrow. I know. I've talked to some of you, but just thank you guys for taking the time. We'll hope to see you in Albuquerque. Please call. If you leave a message, it's okay. But we doubled the numbers for you guys. They'll call you back in the time that you received. So just a big thank you from all of us here. And one more, I'll let Mom finish up and say her last things, and then I have one more announcement.
Hey, wow, I usually get the last word. He's getting the last word. You guys don't want to talk about history making, right? I just haven't grown up in the nonprofit world and grown my career and been a part of a world changing, the most sweeping civil rights legislation in the history of the world, being a part of leading a movement with Americans with Disabilities Act being our prize, being able to be a part of the American dream now. There is nothing as fulfilling as being a part of watching people take control of their lives, watching people be empowered, where you can sit back and facilitate and bring in the funding, and you have people out leading the way and bringing change. The money's great, the trillions of dollars, the multi-millions of dollars nonprofit I led, that's all great. But the kind of fulfillment you get when you're impacting people's lives and you're watching them move from a nursing home where they were in the white man's robe and their hair's draped down and they were crying, go home, and no one ever came and saw them because it just wasn't a good place. And now you're going out and seeing them in their hogan and their grandchildren gathered around, and they're telling them stories and bringing their wisdom forward. There's no amount of money that's going to fulfill you throughout your journey in life like that. So Come and join the nonprofit world. Come and join the Power Purpose Mastermind. Build your business in a way that leaves a legacy, teaches your kids and grandkids how to truly be a part of the solution that brings greatness to this country and this world.
And that's why you always get the last word, by the way. One more last announcement. We talked about this this is a two-part series, you guys. So we have a gift, a special prize we talked about for registering for the winner. It's almost at $1,000 value. It is a lifetime membership to the Power of Free Real Estate software system. These software system we use for all of our mail marketing campaigns to identify our properties for real estate donations. And so after the two-part series, we're proud to announce the winner, Wayne Borland, W-A-Y-N-E, Borland, B-O-R-L-A-N-D. Thank you, Wayne, for attending, and congratulations on winning. We'll be sending you access very soon. So I'm glad you guys stuck around to hear who is going to be the winner after careful selection. So congratulations, Wayne, on that. Glad to announce that. And then thank you guys again. 10 more spots, you guys, and that's it. We're closing it down for our inaugural mastermind. Call, visit the website if they're busy, leave a message, whatever you got to do. But that's it. The last 10, I know there's a big rush. Last one, an enormous rush like we never had before on the webinar, on blowing up our phones, getting signed up for the mastermind, and being part of this charter group. So we started to open up to 10 more. And that's it. And then, like I said, we're a few weeks away. We'll be in Albuquerque kicking this off. So we hope to see you there. And just one more special thank you to the one and only Sherry Watson, you guys, who is our inspiration. She is why we do what we do. We're just so proud to just be, to follow her lead and to just make something very special with the Power of Purpose, and to be able to just have that kind of impact we do nationally with so many of you out there, including the people that are going to be in our mastermind. So, Mom, thank you so much, and we love you.
And Derek, I'm getting the last word in.
Darn it.
A big thanks and a big congratulations to you for what's happening, for you leading us, sitting in the Chrysler building on the 60th floor overlooking New York City, presenting the vision, the impact, the legacy that all of our students, that this mastermind is going to lead us through. Derek, thank you so much for putting this together, for bringing us together, and for leading with the brilliance you have of your mind and a very pure heart that's about making an impact. That's the biggest thing. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for, I've been seeing the questions and the comments, and you guys, thank you so much. And congratulations for staying on till the end. And those of you that are on the phone, those of you that are talking to us purpose consultants, congratulations. You're the ones that are going to take this to the next level with us.
All right.
And I see Brenda Brand. She just did a big woohoo. Brenda was the first person that came to us. You were the first one that called in, Brenda, last time, and she's part of our mastermind, and her and I are connecting on the phone, and we're meeting again tomorrow. So Brenda, yay, yay, yay. Wait till we bring the next mastermind students to you and have all of them talking about what they're doing and the impact they're making and what this real estate revenue has brought to them. So Derek, I keep saying last word, but when I saw Brenda doing a woohoo, you guys, amazing group of people that we're bringing together. So get on the phone, call, figure everything happens the way it should. like Derek said, it's not how much does it cost, what's the money, what's the cost. It's an investment in you, an investment in your future, and the return on investment, it will be greater than anything you've ever invested in. Today, I met with the mentoring student who's going to be at the mastermind, another one. He's an a professional swimmer, and he has spent 30 years never working. He said his wife says that because he's been a professional swimmer his whole life. He loves what he does, right? And he said, you know, when I listened to that first webinar, I know the power of coaches. I would not be where I am without a coach. I'm a coach. My students and swimmers wouldn't be where they are. Tiger Woods has a coach. He said the power of coaching and mentoring, that's why he stepped forward. He said, I need a coach. I need a mentor to lead me through the nonprofit world. It's new to me. So he understood investing in a coach, a mentor, and a team that would take this to new heights. So Derek, I can't wait till you guys, wait till part 3 when Derek gets back and we've had our mastermind. Woo!
All right, part 3. We'll make it a trilogy. Let's do it.
Oh, and Stephanie, I see you on there too. You guys, Stephanie's another one with this. So Lisa, I saw Lisa on there. Oh my gosh,
I love it. I love how some of our enrollees from real estate, the first installment, are here, you guys. It just really shows you the caliber of people that are coming, that are being enrolled in this program, is they're here tonight again, just to learn, to connect, to implement. And we're just so thankful to have people enrolling in our program of that caliber. Just so thankful. I can't wait to see you guys in 3 weeks. It's going to be an amazing first inaugural meeting. I can't wait to see you guys out there.
Woo!
Okay, well, thank you guys again so much. Congratulations again, Wayne Borland. Congratulations to all you out there that are calling in. Go on our application page. Again, keep calling or leave a voicemail. I promise you they will get back to you. We got through everybody last time, even though our phones absolutely blew up between 2 lines. We got through every single person. But again, those first 10 will be the ones that are going to be enrolled that take action. So thank you guys again. We're going to sign off here. We're going to leave the screen a little bit for you guys just to make sure you get those numbers and you're calling in and you have the information, okay? So much more to come, you guys. Those of you that are enrolling, I just so look forward to seeing you in Albuquerque in a couple weeks. I cannot wait. It's going to be just earth-shaking. I can't wait.
Yeah. Night, guys.
Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you. Take care.